The Wild Swans. There once lived a king who had 11 sons and 1 daughter. The children were happy, but their father married a wicked queen who did not love the children at all. Soon, the wedding, she turned the princess into 11 wild swans. With a strange cry, they flew through the windows of the palace, high up into the clouds, and away. When the king asked the queen if she knew where the prince were, she merely smiled and shook her head. As for the princess Eliza, all that day she looked for her brother but didn't. As for the Princess Eliza, all that day she looked for her brother, but she did not find them. Then, at dusk, she saw 11 white swans.
Mai bà vào nhé. Có một đứa nó cứ
flying toward her bedroom windows. They flew one behind the other, like a long white ribbon, through the open window and into her room. As the sun set, the feathers of the swan fell off. Eliza, 11 brothers stood before her. As the sun is in the sky, we brothers fly about as wild swans, said the oldest. Each night, when the sun sinks, we regain our human form. That night, Eliza dreamed that a fairy come to her. Your brothers can be released, she said, if you have courage and revenge. Do you see the nettle which I hold in my hand? Many grows in the nearby forest. These must you gather and spin into a yarn. For this yarn, you must knit 11 shirts with long sleeves. If they are thrown over the 11 swans, the spell will be broken. Be warned, through the fairy added. For a moment you commence your task. Until it's finished, you must not speak. Further, the first word you utter will kill your brothers. Their lips hang upon your tongue. Then she touches Eliza's hand lightly with a nettle. A pain like a burning fire awoke the princess. Close by her lay a nettle like the one she had seen in her dream. It was broad daylight. Elise's brothers had flown away, and Elisa went forth to begin her work. She went to the forest and gathered beneath nettles, which she burned great blisters on her hand. She spun the yarn. As the sun set, her brothers returned, and when they saw her hand, they understood what she was doing on their behalf. The youngest brother wept, and where his tears pain ceased, and the burning blisters and the burning blemishes vanished. Eliza kept to her work each day. She playfully knit on shirt after another. When she needed more yarn, she gathered more burning nettles and hastened back to the castle. Each day at dusk, the brothers would return to visit their sister. The next day, when the sun rose, her brother would again become wild swans and fly away. But the one morning, the queen spied 11 swans flying from Eliza's window and grew worried. The next morning, she crept to Eliza's room just at dawn, before the swans could fly away. She threw a giant net over them. She had men haul the swans to a dark, dreary cell deep in the castle dungeon. When the sun set that day, no one could hear humans cry. Eliza found them, and continued to knit through the darkness outside the cell door. The queen announced that there would be a marvelous and a giant feast, roast bird from everyone in the castle. Only Eliza knew the truth. you the truth about the feast, and she could not speak it. Instead, she continued her task. No, knowing she must finish quickly or all her work would be in vain. The morning of the feast, her fingers still knit the green yarn. 10 shirts lay in the pile, and at her feet outside her prison cell. She was working hard on the swans, on the 11th shirt, when the man came to haul the swans away. As the queen unlocked the cell door, Eliza threw the 11 shirts over the swans. They turned into 11 handsome princes. The youngest brother's shirt was not quite finished. However, he was left with a swan's wing instead of an arm. The king was overjoyed to see his missing sons return. When he learned the truth about his new wife, he sent a guard to arrest her. On her throne, they found a vulture. The queen was never seen again.